Welcome everybody to another world of, or welcome to our second show of the World of Nutrition with Marilyn Lemaire. The show is a part of the World of Ability Podcast Network, and I guess I'm going to pass over to Marilyn to get us started here.
Thank you, Emily. And today we have two wonderful guests from across the United States, and I'm so thrilled to be introducing them. First, we're going to have Dr. Amanda Romine Nelson, and she has worked in the healthcare industry for over 10 years, bringing her pharmacy studies and Kaiser Permanente healthcare experience from Colorado. She completed her postdoctorate fellowship in medical safety, quality, and informatics in MA. She has since worked in hospital administration and precepted 50 plus pharmacy and nursing students. Dr. Amanda has seen firsthand the challenges healthcare professionals face before and during the COVID pandemic, as well as personally consulted with over 9,500 COVID-19 positive individuals. So thank you, Dr. Amanda, for being here. We look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you very much, Marilyn. I know that's a mouthful to say with my name and then everything that I've done as far as schooling. But yeah, I did do the postdoctorate fellowship in medication safety, quality, and informatics. And that's a different type of a study. I definitely know that. And so it is, I appreciate just having this opportunity to be on your YouTube channel and your podcast today and just part of this whole event. I appreciate it. And I wanted to just say that it's true, even though, you know, I'm in healthcare and had been there in over 10 years and really helping the different providers and the pharmacists and nurses and precepting different people who have been focused on what they want to do in healthcare. It was after that pandemic, during it and after, that I had a chance to really think, where can I make the best impact? So people go into healthcare with a story. Every healthcare professional does. And what I was noticing throughout my course of time in working directly with the healthcare providers is there's a strong reason why they're in healthcare. And what happened during the pandemic is some people were questioning that reason why. And so now I am on a mission to help reignite healthcare professionals on the reason why they got into the healthcare industry. And we want the healthcare professionals who are great to stay there. We want them to be at their best, to give their best. And unfortunately, there's just so much going on. Healthcare has changed a lot, as I'm sure many of us have known and seen, that it's like, where are we investing back into those healthcare professionals? They have invested so much of their time, effort, and energy, and not to mention finances, into that industry. And so I'm like, what can I do to really make an impact and difference? So I started my health, wellness, and life coaching and consulting business, and I'm helping individuals who are tired, burnt out, frustrated, but especially those healthcare professionals who, again, to help reignite that reason why for them, and helping them get more clarity and vision when it comes to their goals, when it comes to their own health and wellness. Because just because you're in healthcare doesn't mean you take the best care of yourself. You're usually working really hard and burning the midnight oil and not even sometimes taking time to eat a snack as a healthcare professional. So it's so important to have that self-care. And that's something that I want to make sure that I really emphasize when it comes to their own health and wellness. What are you doing on a daily routine, a habit that you have? You create it to where you're able to get closer to your own health and wellness goals and life goals. And so you don't feel like, I mean, time goes so fast and we all know that. And if you're not intentional, your 10 years will go by and then you'll look back and wonder, am I really doing the things that I'm at least coaching and telling other people to do for my own self? And so I want to make sure that they're very intentional and they have a plan set up. So what I did is I put together a couple slides. Well, there's a few of them there, but on two main topics that I go over with healthcare professionals and other individuals that I also coach, because I'm coaching a few engineers too, and some people who work in the pharmaceutical industry. So there's lots of different clients I do work with, but I do have a passion for your healthcare professionals. And so I thought I would share the slides and go over it so everyone can really get a couple great tidbits and tips on what to do, knowing it's a new year. There's opportunities to really take some of these self-care ideas and focus them on the strategies and tools themselves, and they can walk away with that with some plan of actions. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and just share the slide now. Okay, great. So let me bring this up. And okay, so can you see the screen and the slides? So I am going to do it from here. Okay, are we still good? Everyone can see? Excellent. Okay, so again, this is just going over the clients that I support. So there's the individuals as well as the healthcare professionals, but I want to make sure, and the key really is being intentional when it comes to the goals. So going over self-care, I wanted to highlight and really focus on thankfulness and gratefulness. It's a new year. Here we have an opportunity to really program our baby neurons, because we actually develop over 1,000 baby neurons every day. And so you have a chance to program them to really work the way that you're wanting them to. And it's amazing and it's exciting to think you can do that. And so why don't we go ahead and focus on the ones that have to do with thankfulness and gratefulness. And there's some differences between being thankful and being grateful. And so I highlighted this in the table. And so when you're thankful, it's more like a passing moment or a thought. And that could be when someone does something like picks up a napkin for you. So you say thank you. But you're grateful when you have that constant state of being. So not necessarily something has to happen for you to be grateful. It's just you're content within yourself. So you're just at a constant state of being. When you're thankful, it's a reactive state. So again, like someone opening the door and then you say thank you, but you're grateful. It's again just something that stays there, how you are. You can be thankful for things or items in your house, but you're really grateful that you have a home. You could be thankful for a friend's gift, but you're really grateful for that friendship. And then there's those magical moments in life, which we're all very thankful for, but truly you're grateful to be alive, to have even those magical moments that happen. And so on the right, it's this pyramid that's showing the benefits of gratitude. So it does so much for your body, for your nervous system, for your brain. And so there's on the right-hand side, it shows physical benefits, a fitter you. So you have a stronger immune system. You can have less body aches and pains, the optimal blood pressure and cardiac functioning, and better sleep-wake cycles. So there were multiple studies that were done over a course of time from 2003 to 2018, which I believe it shows on the slide. And this was out of the Neuroscience of Gratitude and Effects on the Brain. And it talked about how it just broke down how each of these things happen for you, as far as you have your cortisone levels, how it changes. They did studies on people who were taking pain medication versus people who were just practicing the art of gratitude with using a notebook. And it's just amazing to see the difference on how they leveled themselves on a scale on their pain overall. And then also there's the social benefits of better use. So there's better communication, more empathy, stronger interpersonal relationships, there's more likability among group members, and then more involvement as a team member. So I'm sure as we're all sitting here looking at this and thinking about it, when you're around somebody who's grateful, you can feel it. You feel their energy that they're bringing, their positive attitude. And so you want to work with those types of people. And then there's the psychological benefits, where it's a happier you, positive emotions and thoughts, more aware and awake, and increased self-satisfaction and enhanced mood. And so I'm going to go over that a little bit more on the next slide. Let's see. So this is just showing about gratitude and the brain. So as you can see on here, there's the different chemical compounds of what dopamine and serotonin look like, and it talks about the different types of neurotransmitters here. But when you show gratitude, your brain is wiring and firing new neural connections to the bliss center. So basically, there's these synapses that are going on and they're just firing, and it's telling you the bliss center of your brain, we're excited, we're happy. There's a lot of happiness going on. So you've got gratitude happening. And then also it enhances dopamine and serotonin, which are the neurotransmitters responsible for happiness. And neurotransmitters are basically just the chemicals that your nerves produce. And so it's actually secreted by the different neurons, but you're enhancing that dopamine and serotonin, which is amazing to think just by being grateful, that's what's happening. And then you're reducing your fear and anxiety by regulating the stress hormones. So some people can think stress hormones, you have the extra cortisol, in your body, or you have the norepinephrine, the fight or flight going on. So you're decreasing that. And then you have fostering cognitive restructuring by evoking the positive thinking. So again, gratitude and the brain, there's a lot going on. This is just like an easy way to put it together, which I saw out of the neuroscience of gratitude and effects in the brain. And I thought that's an easy way to look at it and gives us some graphics. So that's kind of like, more in depth of a background that I would provide. But when I'm talking with the different caregivers or different clients that I work with, I'm like, how do we put this into practice? Is there something easy I can do? Okay, I see how it's all working. Thanks for the reminder. But really, I just want to eat something, when I'm all stressed out or what's going on. So here are some ways you can increase your serotonin and dopamine naturally. So we're starting this new year and you're like, okay, how do I make sure I stay at this high level of gratitude? Well, if you get a little bit of dark chocolate, so it's a tiny amount, just 1 to 2 ounces a day, and it has to be the 84% cocoa. It contains an amino acid called phenylethylamine that stimulates and produces the dopamine in your brain, which is incredible. What I love is that your brain produces dopamine when you eat chocolate and when you think about eating it. So if you're thinking about eating some chocolate right now, you are stimulating some of this and you're producing some dopamine. Bananas, it contains the quercetin and tyrosine that stimulates dopamine production. So eating a banana can boost your mood, and it's literally almost instantly, was what the studies were showing. So that's amazing. Spinach and salmon. So it's a source of tryptophan, which is necessary in the production of serotonin. It's rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. And so I love the fact that if you like salmon and spinach, you can just create a nice salad, and it's one that your brain and your body will be so grateful for. And trust me, a lot of people around you will be too. Granted, they might still say have a mint, but that's okay. It's really good for it, healthy for you as well. And then there's nuts and eggs. So if you're, a protein eggs in the morning, great. But if you're a nut snacker and during the day, it's rich in protein. So it contains compounds that the body converts to dopamine. So these are just quick and easy ways. If you're going to incorporate, what can I do this year? Or, what's something that's just quick and easy, a snack that you can have to boost your serotonin and dopamine. I hope you're taking a note and saying, this is something you can incorporate into your life, and you'll be able to feel more feelings of gratefulness. And so you're most likely going to share that with other people. And again, getting other people who want to be around you because they feel that coming from you. And it's good for self-care. The next slide is a call to action. So I put this on here and I give this to most of my clients that I work with, some type of a call to action, whether we're working on different goals or if they're really doing a challenge at this time. So I thought, why don't I just provide this for you all as well? But it's one to be intentional on choosing to eat foods that produce more serotonin and dopamine. And obviously you have the list, and you can place a visual cue in area that you see daily So this is actually how to move from being thankful to grateful. It's a process. It's not something that's just quick that happens. So you want to take a moment to really remember someone or something you are grateful for. So when you see that visual cue, that's what you want to take the time to do. And then you want to think of a relationship you are grateful for and ask yourself some very key questions like, what have I received from them? When you take the time to ask that question, you actually are working on letting those neurons, those synapses, those things that are the neurons that are firing, the connectivity, the action in your brain happening. You're letting those neurotransmitters be released. And then you literally, if you could, even write it down, because that will actually invoke more gratefulness, the dopamine, the serotonin to happen, because it's utilizing more senses. And then you can even say, you know, have I shown my appreciation to this person? So doing some time to reflect is also very key and vital to gratefulness versus the thankfulness too. And then what have I given back? Because there's always an opportunity to show somebody else how truly grateful you are. And then you want to trigger your senses. So you want to actively pause and think about the senses you use throughout the day. When you do this, you're expressing gratitude that you can truly enjoy your surroundings. And I don't know about you, but usually days are pretty busy for me. And sometimes I just forget the fact that I was able to quick get up and stretch, or be able to taste my food if I was quickly eating it in between something, or just that I heard a sound that was like, oh, I should go check on this. You know, like there's little things that we do throughout the day that sometimes we're just so much on autopilot that we forget to do these things. So when I'm talking with my clients, I'm always reminding them, in order to really keep yourself well grounded, sometimes it's as easy as just going back to the basics. And that's the amazing thing about life. And keeping yourself just aware of so many things that we have just right here in front of us. So let's not ever forget to be grateful or thankful for something every day. I know I try to do this thing now where I'm doing Thankful Thursdays, but honestly, there's something to be thankful for every day. So that encompasses one of the different self-care strategies that I go over. And then I was going to just move into this next one, which is energy leaks, just to give, again, a snapshot of two different types of strategies and tools that I provide my clients. And it's just a quick overview of these. So I'm going to move in now to the energy leaks. Unless you wanted to pause it and you wanted to ask any questions on that one, I don't want to not give an opportunity. So I'll go ahead. Is it okay if I just move to the next one, Marilyn? Okay. So these are energy leaks. So here are some common symptoms that they include. So there's worrying. We know it takes up time in our mental space when we're worrying a lot. Being a people pleaser, and that's a tendency that can be an energy leak, because you're always wondering, am I doing the right thing, or do they notice me? Are they going to say something wrong? Draining relationships, that's an easy one. You can think of how it probably does drain you of your energy. Feeling of fear, self-criticism / judgment, when you're overthinking, and this is something that happens quite frequently, I can say, especially in the healthcare world, and I know from an engineering perspective too, it happens quite often as well, because you're questioning everything. And then cluttered mind, inability to focus, and cluttered surroundings. So I like to create an opportunity for all of my clients to really think about, and I think we all should, is just recognize, okay, we only have so much capacity. We all know this. And so if we're looking at how to keep ourselves healthy and have good self-care, addressing some of these symptoms that we might realize that we have going on is zapping us of our energy. So you're like, okay, I'm feeling burnt out, I'm feeling exhausted, I'm feeling frustrated. And it's like, well, let's get to some core reasons why. And this could possibly be some of the reasons as well. So when you have, let me make sure, sorry. when you have different goals and dreams and aspirations for the next year, and you want to be very intentional about it, you have to make room for what you want. And so this is just a picture of a type of a closet here. It's actually was in a store, and it has all the clothes just pushed really close, right? So there's that closet principle. If you want to have something that you haven't had put into this area, you're going to have to probably take something else away. And sometimes less is more. I know that is a saying, but it's very true. And so we want to make room for what we want. What is it that we will serve us best, and what is not serving us well? So when we're thinking about an energy leak on a physical task or project standpoint, what does it usually look like? Well, we know that messy desk or closet that we walk by daily, could be laundry in the dryer for days, a person you've been meaning to call, and it causes you to spend energy thinking about it because you recognize it's there, you want to address it, you just haven't had time. And so what it does is it hinders your motivation to complete certain goals you might have for yourself. So it actually makes it harder because you have it in your mind. You've got this mental list or to-do list that you're like, okay, yeah, I'll take care of that once I get this done. And so it just starts to have a snowball effect taking place. And again, it adds more to some of that frustration, that exhaustion feeling. You're working all day, then you have all these other things going on. So there's also, okay, sorry, let me make sure. So here's some examples of energy leaks and when they got addressed. So you can see the one on the top is a counter that's just filled with a lot of stuff on it. And I'll admit, that's my counter. And then I did an energy leak. I went and focused and really spent 30 minutes and just took care of getting it all cleaned up. And you know what? Felt amazing. And then this was one that a client sent in to me for their desk area, and how they just knew they were not able to focus and get some things done due to the way that their desk looked. So there's other energy leaks that we have, and it's more on the emotional side, the ones you don't directly see, right? So they look like avoiding certain conversations with people, possibly because you can't say no. Could be because you're a little bit of a people pleaser, or it's hard for you to think, am I a team player if I say no? And so you kind of question that, maybe overthink. Strained relationships, a person you've been meaning to call, that shows up on both sides, physical and emotional. And then what it causes, the feeling of overworked, you're drained, you're stuck, or you're feeling overwhelmed. There could be some unforgiveness, frustration, bitterness. And so that feeds a lot into self-talk. And the self-talk is something that I work on a lot with my clients too, because what they're telling themselves when it comes to own health and wellness, or why they're having barriers and challenges, that can be from just some emotional energy leaks or their self-talk. And then it causes an inability to focus on you, your health and wellness, and your goals. And they're on a more of a heart to-do list. It could be on your heart and mind. It's not necessarily that you usually write these ones down, but they're definitely there, and they show up as some different challenges and barriers and frustrations people will have. So with that, I usually end it as well with a call to action. And I thought, let me go ahead and just provide it to you too. And so if you think about what is one physical or emotional task that keeps popping up in your mind that you need to do or take care of. And so as I was going through these slides, I'm thinking maybe something had come to your mind as you're looking at it and you're like, yeah, there is something I have. The key is can you do it and accomplish it, get it completed within 15 to 30 minutes? The reason why is it's not supposed to be this huge project. It's just this task that you have to do. And what's going to happen is when you go to say you're going to complete it, it's going to create a win for you. And so when you create that win, you have a celebration. And then what happens is incredibly, your body or your mind looks around to say, okay, what else can I do? And it's almost like you got this surge of energy to just accomplish something else. And then I'm saying you can go ahead and have a goal to complete it. The key is write down or tell someone, I'm going to get this done by this date, this time. And just an extra part in here I said is you can take a before and after photo, and you can feel free to text it to me because I do collect them and use them. And let me know once you complete this. When you declare a goal, the chances of you getting it completed and having it accomplished, it goes even higher. So with that, those are the two different strategies and tools I wanted to outline today and go over. And I appreciate you giving me a chance to just review that with you. And with that, I don't know if you want to ask any questions or anything, Marilyn.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Amanda. That was fantastic. And I realize that I do this every year because when the new year comes up, I want a clean desk. I want a clean refrigerator. So I take everything out and I clean everything. And so I will be sending you some pictures. So thank you for that. What is the best way if people want to get in touch with you for them to contact you? Please let us know.
Yeah, so I don't mind. I did put on my business cell phone number on there, which is 978-400-3320. But if people don't want to send a text, I completely understand that. You can go to my website, askcoachamanda.com. So I know it was the logos on there, but it's the askcoachamanda.com. And then for different doctors, nurses, anyone in healthcare, I did create another website that is just very specific, kind of going over some of the concerns that doctors and nurses and pharmacists all have. And that is drrominenelson.com. So it's drrominenelson.com, another website. It has a presentation on that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it and we learned so much. I love that even thinking of chocolate helps our mood. So I will be thinking of chocolate or thinking about eating chocolate. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And next we have a very special guest, Miss Chelsea Ohue. She is a fitness and nutrition coach and the founder of Joyful Strength. She was born and raised on Kauai, and she currently resides on Oahu with her husband, Jaden. Her love for health and fitness all started in high school as she was a track sprinter. She discovered a passion for lifting weights and found balance with her eating habits. Her track coach would tell her to take care of your body and your body will take care of you. And this phrase still sticks with her today. Since creating Joyful Strength in June 2020, she's helped hundreds of healthcare workers, teachers, stay-at-home moms, entrepreneurs feel energized, confident, and build strength through her online program. These are the 4 keys that made it possible: daily movement, nutrition habits, accountability, and mindset work. So thank you so much, Chelsea, for being here. We look forward to hearing what you're going to share with us.
Yes, thank you so much, Marilyn. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here and just speak with you folks. Also, thank you, Dr. Amanda, for your tips on self-care and energy leaks. I was taking notes as well. So yes, thank you for all of your knowledge and application. Just a little bit about me. As Marilyn said, I got into fitness because of running track in high school. I was a sprinter. I loved the 100-meter dash, 200-meter, 4x1 relay. Like that was where I flourished and really enjoyed training for. And yeah, those high school habits of running track just stuck with me after high school and college. I didn't compete competitively in college because I wanted to take a break from that, but I still worked out daily. It was just a great stress outlet for me. And lots of people would ask me for advice, like how I stay motivated or what kind of workouts I do. So I'm like, oh, why don't I just make this a career? So I went to UH for kinesiology, got my bachelor's degree. And then after that, I went into personal training. So that's just a little bit about me. When clients do come to me for help, I'd say their most common struggles is losing motivation and nutrition. So I also want to make this interactive. So Marilyn and Dr. Amanda and even Emily and Kurt, I'll ask you guys questions and then you can chime in. But with working with your clients or customers, what has been their most common health struggles?
So for mine, they always will say they just know they should be eating more fruits and vegetables, but they're not eating as many fruits and vegetables as they should.
Yes, yes, very common. Thank you, Dr. Amanda. How about for you, Marilyn?
For me, yeah, I think the nutrition, people are not getting the nutrition that their body needs. And our foods are just depleted. So with that, and then mindset, I think mindset is a huge one. So I love
Yes.
what you do.
Thank you both. Yes, those are great responses because, yeah, I definitely get that as well. When it comes to fitness, sometimes people forget about the mindset part. But I think that's one of the most important keys because if your mindset isn't in the right place, then it doesn't matter if you have the greatest nutrition plan or fitness plan. Like if you won't do it, then you can't reach any goals. So thank you both for sharing. But yeah, when it comes to nutrition, yeah, stress eating is definitely one of them that my clients struggle with, or having cravings, as well as lack of planning. So I just wanted to share a couple of tips about that. So with stress eating, how many of you stress eat? I do admit I do as well. No worries, we're all human. And when we resort to food, that's our coping mechanism for stress, and it feels good in the moment. But sometimes we can overeat, and then we feel sluggish after, and then regret that thing that we just did. So a little technique that I like to do is, yeah, breathing techniques. I know in the moment when we're stressed, it's hard to pause and think through our actions. But this technique, it's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's actually an awareness technique. And just for time's sake, you guys can chime in like one for each. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 is 5 things that we see like around us, just to bring us back in the present. And then 4 things that we hear. What do you hear in that moment? 3 things that you feel in your body. 2 things that you smell, and 1 thing that you can taste right now. So we can, yeah, just share 1 thing from each. So Marilyn, what's 1 thing that you see right now around you?
My water bottle.
Water bottle. Okay, awesome. How about you, Dr. Amanda?
My lights.
Lights. Okay, good. Emily, would you like to share? What do you see? Okay. For me, I see, so I'm in my room right now. I see my hairbrush. So that's 1 thing. Okay, what's 1 thing that you hear besides my voice? Marilyn, you can go again.
I hear my fan.
Fan. Okay. Dr. Amanda?
My heater.
Your heater.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you calling
In-
from?
In Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Yes, that's right. Oh yeah, that's cold. Okay, awesome. I also hear my fan, same as Marilyn. It's also on. Okay, what's 1 thing that you feel in your body? It can be like a sensation, or something rubbing against you. What do you feel?
I feel super satisfied because I just ate lunch right before this. So I'm just like really happy.
Nice. Awesome.
I would say I feel that my toes are cold.
Oh, do you have socks on?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay. Got it. For me, I feel I'm sitting on this sheet on my floor, actually. So yeah, I feel that. Okay, we're almost there. What's 1 thing that you smell?
So I love essential oils. I have this lemon essential oil that just uplifts my mood, and I love it.
Nice. What scent is that, Marilyn?
Oh, this is lemon. I'm sorry.
Lemon. Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And I smell because I did do a spritz of that stress-free with Bath and Body Works. So it's like eucalyptus and spearmint, and yeah, that's what I'm smelling.
Nice, very good. For me, I don't really smell that much, but I'd say my sheets of my bed. Okay, last one. Thank you all for participating. What's one thing that you taste? I know Marilyn just ate. What do you taste, Marilyn?
I just had a salad, so that's what I
Salad.
taste, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Was it a salmon and spinach salad?
It was a shrimp and greens.
Okay. I had a mint in my mouth when I did the presentation, so I just have that aftertaste of my mint.
Awesome. Thank you both, Marilyn and Amanda. Dr. Amanda, for me, I ate some crackers beforehand, so I taste those crackers still. They're a bit bland, but it was something I needed quick. So yeah, that's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Whenever you want to resort to stress eating, I do want to challenge you to like pause and practice that technique just to break down your senses one by one to bring you back into the now. Because yeah, our mind can be racing with lots of things to do. So that's a great technique to practice. Another thing that my clients struggle with is lack of planning when it comes to nutrition. And we all heard that saying, if you don't plan, then yeah, things can not go smoothly in the long run. So yeah, planning just a couple of minutes beforehand can save you hours in the ahead. So when it comes to planning, my clients can sometimes resort to like planning for the whole week. And even that can be overwhelming. Sometimes we think all or nothing, which is that mentality of, you either do everything or you do nothing at all. So two extremes. So I challenge my clients to do always something, no matter how small it is. So instead of planning your meals for the whole week, it can just be for one meal. So like breakfast tomorrow. Like it doesn't have to be super fancy. Just need a protein to keep you full throughout the day, whether it be eggs or whatever you enjoy. And yeah, as you become more consistent in the small things, then you can increase the amount of meals you'd like to plan for. So starting out small and then celebrating that win. I know Dr. Amanda touched on, celebrating, which I love as well, because it helps to close that chapter of, yes, I reached that goal. And what's next? Bring it on. So starting out small, always something, is a great practice for that struggle of lack of planning. And then when it comes to cravings, especially around when it's our time of the month, I know for me, I crave for all kinds of things, specifically salty. If you don't mind sharing, Marilyn and Dr. Amanda, what do you crave for in general or around your time of the month?
I think chocolate.
Yes. Nice.
I think it's gonna be like chips, something that's like crunchy and
Yes. Yeah, I'm the same way too. Yeah, chocolate and chips or anything, salty.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. And when it comes to cravings, that's our body telling us that we're lacking something, whether it's like a mineral or element. And we give in to those cravings sometimes and overeat. But when it comes to nutrition or responding to those cravings, I say to my clients, eat a whole food first, and then whatever processed food that is. So it's not necessarily restricting yourself, because that can be dangerous too if you do it too much. So for example, if I crave for a donut, I'll eat a banana or I'll try to eat a banana in a moment. And then I'll see if I'm satisfied. If I'm not, then okay, I'll eat the the donut, but I find myself not eating the whole donut. Maybe it's like a half of it or a quarter of it because I ate the banana first. So when we fill our bodies with whole foods first, there's less room for the processed stuff. So a little bit more sustainable way than restricting ourselves. So yeah, those are some of the common struggles that my clients have. I do want to share, sorry, one more. I'm looking at my notes. Another one is eating out often. So how many of us love to eat out? I love to eat out. I love when I don't need to wash the dishes or cook, just take a break from that. But Marilyn and Dr. Amanda, where do you guys like eating out at?
Gosh, there's a couple of places. I love Lico's in Hawaii Kai and Shibuya. Shabu shabu.
Yes. Yeah, hot pot.
I was just talking with someone last night and I was like, I just love Thai food. So I love how they just make it all fresh and yeah, so lots of different Thai places.
Yummy. Yes, I'm getting hungry just thinking about both areas. Yes. Yeah, I love eating out at like Italian places. I love pasta and hot pot as well. I can get my veggies in that way. But yeah, solution where if you do eat out often or with your clients or customers, it's definitely okay because it is convenient and you don't have to wash the dishes. But if you do it often, then yeah, it can get expensive and time consuming. But one key for that is to pick the most colorful meal on the menu, because that means it's most likely balanced. So I tell my clients to aim for about 4 colors or more, whether it be with a salad, a starch, protein. So yeah, the more colors on there, the better and balanced it is. So yeah, eating out is definitely okay. Just in moderation and being mindful of what you choose. So yeah, that's all I have for now. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Oh, is there any questions?
Sorry, I was trying to move things
Oh,
around. Thank
no
you
worries.
so much, Chelsea. What is the best way that people can contact you or get in touch with you?
Yeah, so I forgot to mention, I just launched my own fitness app. So you can find us in the App Store. Thank you. It's called Joyful Strength. And I also have Instagram. It's my name, chels.ahue, and Facebook. So yeah, I try to post consistently on social media. I'm trying to get into TikTok, but it's a little bit of stretch. So yeah, you can find me there. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. I definitely have your app downloaded on my phone and I love all your tips. So thank you especially for the stress eating, because, sometimes we just go back to comfort food. And if we have these tips in our back pocket, then we can just take them out and be a little bit mindful before the eating. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Chelsea. And I just wanted to thank Emily and Captain Kirk today for helping to host this World of Nutrition podcast that we do once a month. And they also have partnered with Mutual Aid Network, which I'll have either Emily or Kurt talk about more. And with Mutual Aid Network, they have partnered with Innovative Nutrition. So that's where I come in to help educate people if they cannot do nutrition orally for whatever reason, or maybe they have a sensitive gut, they can use wearable nutrition in place of it. One of my very, very best clients, she had a 12-inch tumor get taken out of her gut. And because of that, she has been using patches. The vitamins She was taking a little bowl of vitamins every day. It was taking her 45 minutes every morning to take this because she just couldn't, it just took her so long. And her body just doesn't absorb the way it used to. And now with the patches, she just puts on her patch and she gets 45 minutes back of her day every day. So she feels free, a lot freer. Can you imagine having to take something that you don't want to take orally for 40, and it's going to take you 45 minutes, but we're all told to take our nutrition. So if you are interested in partnering with or getting wearable nutrition and helping to benefit Mutual Aid Network, please go to man.innovative, and that's INNOV, the number 8, TIVE.com. And you can get more information there. I'll be happy to help as well. Emily, Kurt, would you like to share more about the sponsorship and Mutual Aid Network?
Okay, so the Mutual Aid Network. If anyone doesn't know what the Mutual Aid Network is basically helping people, but not necessarily always through like a financial thing. It's basically like time credits, and is Kurt, are you there? I don't know if he's but so yeah, we've been a part of it for a while now, and yeah, so it's just all about kind of helping people. And there's a thing like called time banking, and there's other things involved with it. So it's a good group.
Yes, it's fantastic. So how can we help each other, with our time? And we have different experts all around the world helping in what their niche is, what their expertise is. So it's been fantastic to be a part of that community. And so we thank the Mutual Aid Network for allowing that, especially for, other countries that may desperately need it a lot more. So that is great. Did you want to talk about the sponsorship, Emily?
So recently I was now Maryland got me to be a distributor. So now we're getting it connected with the Mutual Aid Network, so that any sales or anything will kind of hopefully help benefit the Mutual Aid Network. So
awesome. And we thank you, Dr. Amanda, Chelsea, for being fantastic guests today and sharing your expertise on what you're passionate about. And I can't wait to be able to, share it with the world, because this is on all platforms.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.